You can barely see him back there, but I have Kevin today. Hi guys, it's Anchora again. Get in the car, witches, because we're gonna find some Halloween stuff. Actually, not really. So I know I said that last video was the final, let me pull out. Maybe I can't talk and drive at the same time. It's too much to ask for. Whole nother video for you guys today, but I decided I would take a quick break. And okay, so my shirt though, if you guys haven't seen these yet, my shirt here, this is the Midge Munster design. If you guys don't know who she is, go check out her channel. I'm sure you all know though, because she's pretty popular. Design that I did for her shop, and you can go and get one over on her channel, so I'll link that down below. And then I will also include up here my video and my process on how I drew this amazing t-shirt. And I bought the sweater version of it, and I finally get to wear it. Today it is finally cloudy. Today is finally cloudy, so I get to wear the sweater, but it is so soft. I absolutely love it. This is the print after it's been washed a couple times, because that's something I like to do. I wash things like 2 or 3 times before I wear them because I'm a weirdo. But yeah, there's Midge down there, and it has her slogan here: keep it campy, kooky. And then at the bottom, hold on. It says glamorous and spooky. Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen that video yet, I will link it again up here. But I decided I was going to go to Savers today and get some black jeans. I only have one pair, and they don't, oh, it's shaky today. They don't fit me that well. So it took me forever to get to the point. I went to Savers, and they have Halloween costumes. Now, granted, like Anchora, duh, of course Savers has Halloween costumes, but I don't mean Halloween costumes that I have been donated. I don't mean that. I always knew that they had that. That's a given. They have their own Halloween costume line. That's what I'm talking about. They have their own Halloween costume line. And I didn't know that. So they had a few rows of things, and I thought maybe instead we would do a final costume or final Halloween hunt slash pretty much just costumes, like to show you guys what Savers has. So they had a lot of really fun things, and I will start that clip here, and I will switch over to a voiceover so I can explain them, because there was just so much there. Now, in regards to price, though, I would say it's fairly similar to Spirit. So keep that in mind. Some of them were cheaper. Like there was this Red Riding Hood outfit, and it was the full ensemble, like a cape and dress and everything. And I think it was only like $20, $25. So something like that would be cheaper, but everything was priced the exact same. So if you got a cape, the cape would be $20, which is very close to where the price point where it would be at Spirit. So keep that in mind. Same thing with their hats and stuff. But I wanted to show you guys what they have. So I will go ahead and show that to you. Right. Okay, so switching over to voiceover here, I'm going to show a few decor items that I found while I was in there, especially with these really cute pumpkin guys and this plastic door knocker sort of a situation. They didn't have much. They were pretty cleaned out. That was the only thing I saw on this little end cap. I was looking for a couple of other items, but you know, this close to the season, they're pretty much sold out on everything. They did have their own Halloween makeup line.
So they had a variety of skin colors that you can use here. Same with eyeshadows, the latex items if you want to do special effects. Now, I'm not sure how these work exactly or if they work well. So if you guys want to see a video of me testing out these products, then go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below so that I know to test these out, that's something of interest. But they had a few different items here, some prosthetics that you could use, such as these horns. They had some of the adhesive vampire fangs. I've seen these. And then they had like this eyeball that sticks out of your face and stuff. But yeah. So as far as costumes go, they actually had a pretty big variety here. I'm getting distracted by something, I think. So the first thing that I saw here was this Catwoman bodysuit, which looks kind of funny, and then they had a Skeleton Man bodysuit. They had the vampire. So if you guys have any questions about these, you can go ahead and feel free to pause the video so you can take a closer look at the labels. I pulled them over so that you can get the information off of it. But they had this pirate one. That one looks like a full costume. They had this really fun spiderweb cape and these really silly looking denim overalls. It was like printed on denim. And then they had a king's cape. Robin Hood, again, we saw a few of them in there. They had this funny wizard guy. Now, a lot of these were full costumes, so if you are getting something that is a full costume, then it's definitely a lot cheaper than Spirit or another place that you could get your costumes from. But if you're buying just a cape, I found that that was actually expensive, so the individual pieces weren't actually any cheaper. This is that Red Riding Hood outfit I was talking about. I really liked it. I thought it was super cute. It would be fun to wear to Evermore. At least I think so. And then they had this prison guy. I thought the giant banana was really silly. They also had a sheriff shirt. And that one was just the shirt. So again, that one would probably be cheaper elsewhere. They had a ton of these bananas. You could definitely tell those aren't that popular this year. Then they also had a penguin, a narwhal. That would be a lot of fun. And then they had a shark as well. And this actually looks really similar to the shark costume I put my son in when he was a little baby. Oh man. And then they had this chicken, the bumblebee costume. And there's the chicken again. And then this Renaissance princess dress. I think I had a dress that looked just like that when I was a kid. They had a devil costume. And then this other Renaissance, kind of a witchy dress, I thought looked really, really pretty. They had this witch's costume. Now, this thing is adorable. I almost bought it. Like, I just loved how it looked on her. But alas, I did not. I have enough witchy things already. And then they had this really cool green dress. It kind of reminds me of Meredith's dress. They had a flapper costume. Here are those capes. Now, again, just the individual cape, though, was kind of expensive by itself. Oh, they had this cute little pumpkin. And then there's the bumblebee again. I did a bumblebee in high school. That was a lot of fun. They had this boxer chick kind of an outfit. You see those a lot. Cruella de Vil, a different take on it. I haven't seen a costume that looks like that yet. And then here's all these capes. This green one was really pretty. They also have a white mesh one. Then they have this black and purple ones that had lace and such around the edges and the hood. Those looked really cool. And then they had like this iridescent spider web mesh kind of a situation here. And then they had these really cool green ones that kind of reminded me of the Robin Hood costume. Then they had this iridescent white cape that you could use for pretty much anything. And then they had a red version of that green cape, which I really loved the green one, but they're $20 for just the cape. And so for a Savers cape, I wasn't willing to purchase that. I'm not sure how much capes are alone at Spirit. I think they're about the same, 20 to 25, but let me know if you guys see something different. They also had this funny metallic bodysuit that you could use to be like an alien or spaceman. They had this goddess outfit. There's just so many things in here that I just did not expect Savers to have. because I honestly thought it was just donations only. I didn't realize that they had their own Halloween line where you could get brand new costumes from them either. And then they had like this black and white, kind of a Harley Quinn-esque outfit here. It came with this really cute tutu. And speaking of tutus, they had a bunch of varieties. They had short ones, they had long ones. There was black, cream, red, purple. Like there's just so many of them in there. And then they had these really fun headbands with the floral and the leaves if you ever needed those for your costume. Those seemed to be a fairly decent price in regards to everything that was there. I almost ran into that skeleton man. But for little kid costumes, they had a few things, not as much variety as the adult costumes. They had all these princess ones, this Mickey Mouse, which I saw on the other side, so you can do like a father-daughter matching costume, which would be really cute. They had this Wednesday Addams dress. This one is a lot cheaper than the one that you can get at Spirit. And then the little goddess, so you could definitely do some matching outfits here. And then they had a little angel. They had a pirate. I love that the pirate costume for the girls has pants. I feel like girl costumes always have skirts and dresses. So I really like to see the difference in variety in case you have a girl that doesn't like wearing skirts and dresses. They had this really cute 70s hippie one. And then again, they had a big variety of tutus, both short and long. So if you're looking for something a little bit longer, they definitely had them in there. And I really love the color choices that they had here, especially this autumn colored one. They also had an autumn wing set, so if you wanted to be like a fall fairy, that would be really, really cute for a little girl, or even for an adult. Like, you can dress however you want to. And then they had one for boys. A lot of theirs were like monsters, gruesome items. All of them pretty much had a mask attached to it. Almost every single one of them did. And they're very horror-esque, you know, the costumes that you usually see for little boys. But they're a pretty good deal. I think it was like $20, and you get everything, the mask and the gloves if it has little creepy hands or something. And then they had a lot of accessories, accessories, however you want to say it. And then they had these wigs that looked pretty good. I've never tried these out before, so if you guys want a review on them, let me know down below, and then I can try some out and compare them to like Spirit wigs or maybe even Walmart wigs. I'm assuming that most synthetic wigs are all about the same quality, so that's what I would expect from them. They also had this really fun fur cape situation here. And then they had this really funny horned headband that had fur on it. So if you want to do like a Viking or a warrior situation. And then they had the armbands and this shark helmet or hat, I guess. You could just put a hat on and be like, hey, I'm a shark. It'd be a really easy costume. But yeah, they had a lot of headbands and different things here that you could use. They even had jumbo ears, jumbo glasses. They had fake daggers, gloves, all kinds of things. Like, they really had it covered for only being a couple of aisles. They definitely had a very big variety. And then they also had this hippie costume area over here. They kind of consolidated all those into one. And then they had this alien thing here. It was like a kit with all the accessories that you needed to be an alien, so you could pair that with the metallic suit. But I just thought it looked so funny. And then they had the staffs and everything that you normally see at Spirit as well. Now, as far as price goes, I've already said it a few times, but it's not any cheaper than Spirit, which I'm really surprised, because Savers is supposed to be a cheaper area to get places because it's a thrift store. But when it came to their own Halloween line, it's pretty much the same, to be honest. But yeah, and then they had all these headbands. They had a lot of like Day of the Dead kind of situation. These eyeballs reminded me of the one that I got from Joann's a few weeks ago. If you didn't see that video, I can list it up here. Loop it in. I can list it up here. But they had a lot of witch hats in different varieties. They were really fun. And then they had different kinds of hats, like top hats, boiler hats, Robin Hood hats, police hats, cowboy hats. Pretty much, like, there's just so much stuff there that they had, which was really, really fun. And yeah, and then they had some masks and stuff. There was one in particular that I was so close to buying. It was that cat skull that you can see up there, because it reminds me of Bramilla, one of my goddesses, and it almost looks exact to my icon as well. If you've seen the icon with the half skull on my face, like, it almost looks the exact same. So I was really, really tempted in getting it, but I decided to pass on it because I'd probably only use it for one photo shoot, and yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with it after that. But it does remind me of my goddesses. And then they had a bunch of those half skull ones here with different animals. Like, they had a crow, and then they had a ram and stuff. And then they had these masquerade masks. So if you wanted to find a cool dress and use one of the masquerade masks, that's also an option. And then here are the wings that I mentioned earlier. So if you ever want to do a fairy, a knight, or a princess, or whatever it is that you want to dress up as. But they definitely had the accessories part of it covered. And I think that's really awesome, because then you can go and find like used clothes or cheaper clothes to make a full outfit, and then use the accessories to finish it off or make it look more complete. And then in that regards, it would be a lot cheaper and a lot easier too. So, and then they also had a bunch of fun socks here and different tights. Unfortunately, they're all one size fits all. They don't have a variety of sizes, so just keep that in mind if you are wanting to purchase from these, that it's just the one size. So
Yeah, thanks so much for watching. This was I'm so stumbled. Thanks so much for watching. This was a different than what I originally had planned, but I think it works out for the better. So you guys can see what kind of costume options you had. They had a lot of really great fun stuff. And since it's Savor, you can find a lot of accessories and different things to go with your costume to make it unique, since they have such a large variety of things. No, this video is not sponsored, even though it just sounded sponsored right there. My brain today. So no, it's not sponsored, but I do really like Savers. It's better for our environment to shop there, and you guys know I care a lot about it. And yeah, they're cheap. So I think that's the biggest winner. They're cheap. But thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit all those buttons down below. Let's just push those buttons, because those are the right buttons to push. Thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here on the channel. And if you're new, introduce yourself down below, because I love to get to know all of you. And yes, I think that's it. Bye. Keep on spooking, all you ghouls and spookainers.